Getting close to back to school time, and back to school always means back to the stores for school supplies. And while last year the concern may have been on inflation, this year the talk is about tariffs. 11Alive News investigates have been tracking prices since April, all the way up since the first tariffs were put into place. Senior investigator Rebecca Lindstrom joins us now with a look at the impact on those prices. And Rebecca, could we just let parents know they should be hit hard? Is that the case?
I don't know, but I mean, I always think this is a super exciting time of year. I've always enjoyed that going, back to school shopping. And I can say, if you were not overly picky, then no, this does not have to be a big hit to your wallet. If you're willing to shop the sales and look around, you should do okay. But that does not mean that prices have not gone up. We've been tracking more than 100 everyday household items from countries around the world because we know that the rates are different with different countries. And these products range from food to home goods and, yes, a few back to school items. And so far, those pencils and scissors, paper, those have stayed the same, at least the products that we've been tracking. And many stores, well, they're still having sales to get you to come inside. They are willing to lose a few cents on those basics in hopes you will buy a shirt or shoes, products where it's harder to make a, price comparison.
So what kind of products have gone up?
Yeah, because we have found some. About 23% of the products that we have been tracking have gone up. Here's a few examples. A roll of Reynolds wrap, now up 30 cents. That's probably tied to the tariffs on imported aluminum. Dorm room essentials, if you're going to be shopping for, that college kid that's going away. Well, those essentials like towels and sheets, they have definitely jumped. We've seen that jump be anywhere from $1 to $3. And then there's a bookshelf that I've been tracking, one of those take the hex screw and assemble it and put it together. That has jumped $45. Wow. That's one of the biggest jumps that we've seen. And Matt Priest, president and CEO of the Footwear Distributors and Retailers of America, tells 11Alive News investigates that brands and retailers, well, they're doing their best to protect consumers from these price hikes, while the companies still find ways to be economically viable.
The question comes down to how much can the retailer and the brand shield the consumer from that? How much front loading happened in the supply chain to get product here before those duties took effect? And then inevitably, how much will prices go up on families?
Priest says 25% of shoes sold in the U.S. are made or pass through Vietnam, which agreed to a 20 to 40% tariff. This isn't a product now that we have specifically been tracking because there are so many variables, and there's always a new shoe coming out, making those apples to apples comparisons hard, which was really kind of important. We wanted to stay fair with the products that we specifically were tracking. But Priest says he is tracking it, and prices have gone up, and he expects them to rise even further in the next few months. So again, that is where checking those sales, or maybe you don't need a specific brand, you're willing to choose an off-brand, you can still save some money and keep that price in line with what you used to be paying.
So Rebecca, if we haven't felt it so far, does that mean we won't feel it at all?
A lot of this boils down to flexibility, as I've been talking about. We've definitely seen some coffee products jump in price. But again, if you're willing to drink a bean from a country with a lower tariff, then you can save money, or maybe pick a different pair of shoes like we were mentioning. Companies themselves all have different strategies on how they're trying to navigate this. So maybe that one specific shoe at store A is still going to be that original price at store B. So because the stagger has been different in these tariffs, it's really given retailers a little bit more time to think, to get extra inventory in ahead of time. And so that's why I think we're really just going to kind of see that slow roll. But the reality is these prices, they are going up.
All right. Rebecca, thanks so much. Really appreciate your insight on this. And yeah, I'll be talking to you as we get closer to Christmas, because that's when I'm going to start.